Many of you may know that Scottish-born but immigrant American naturalist John Muir is often called the father of the national parks. Indeed, Muir founded the Sierra Club and was an early advocate of preserving the wilderness of the United States. He petitioned Congress for the National Park Bill that was passed in 1890, and his environmental activism helped to preserve the Sierra Nevada Mountains of California, Yosemite Valley, and the Great Sequoia, to name a few of the monuments that bear his labors. But beyond these organic facts, Muir also personified a certain spiritual quality in his enthusiasm toward nature. Sometimes he did unbelievably bizarre and rapturous things in the name of nature. He would claw his way up into a big pine in the middle of a raging thunderstorm to find out what a tree felt like during a storm. He would soak sequoia cones in water and drink the purple liquid that seeped out, just so that he could become tree-wise. That is how invested and interested John Muir was in befriending creation and dwelling therein as brother and friend. Fascinating, I know, but you may be asking nonetheless, what would Muir and his natural passions have to do with us this Ash Wednesday? What's the point for us? Well, when I read about this absolute passion of Muir toward really getting to know nature, to commune with it, and let it envelop him, even to the point of drinking a tree's purple liquid, just for a chance to abide with that tree, it led me to wonder to what extent we might go just so as to commune with Christ. How communicable are we? Of course, in our very gatherings as church, all the holy and unwashed, our sisters and brothers beside us, steep us in the common way of sin and grace, which is our great and common story. In Eucharist, we eat his body and blood, a real sharing and communion. But there's even more, as the season of Lent invites us to take up still other acts of prayer, fasting, and almsgiving, in order that we will be bound ever more closely to intimacy with the Lord, who calls to us. This season is our invitation again to befriend and dwell with the Lord anew, to repent of sin and live the gospel. We are invited to come away and rest a while, to embrace the cross of suffering, and to part with the widow's mite, as we offer prayer, fasting, and alms, all that we might come to commune ever more closely with the Lord. And I am much in favor, but I also urge the caution. In the same manner as John Muir's approach, it is easy to enjoy nature, but it is much more difficult to become tree-wise. Likewise, it is easy to take on more acts of penance to fulfill our Lenten absolutions, but it is far more difficult to change our hearts. In other words, the call of the Lenten season is not really an external thing, though marked with ashes we are. The call of this holy season is to return our hearts to the Lord, to God's real desire of us. Thus, of the gospel, do not do deeds easily seen, but turn your heart to the Lord. This is the sacrifice that God desires, and this is the challenge for our living, to rend our hearts and not our garments, for now is the acceptable time.